Last episode, we notched our very first showcase win of the season coming against the Detroit Pistons. Despite allowing 47 points to Cade Cunningham, we came out on top thanks to Lonzo Ball and John Cobb both stepping up late in the last 2.5 minutes of action. Bogdanovic giving us 21 points off the bench in 12 minutes of game time, leading us to our 19th win on the year. We now have a 19-24 record, about halfway through year 2. Our next showcase game will be our first look at the unanimous first overall selection, Dion York, who right now finds himself in Utah, one of the worst teams in the entire league at 10-33 through 43 games on the schedule. They have been bad. They're going to have another top 5 pick most likely, and it's going to be a battle between him and John Cobb as of right now for Rookie of the Year. We go 1-3 in the 4 games leading up to this game. Now 7 games below 500. We gave up 37-12 to Nikola Jokic, 24 points from Aaron Gordon, and a 44-point fourth quarter for Denver. Nobody for us played very well. Lonzo 4 for 12, Cobb 3 for 12. Naz Reid leads us in scoring here in this loss, but we do take down the now 40-9 Minnesota Timberwolves, one of the best teams in the league and the conference, thanks to 25 points from John Cobb to lead the way. Despite 32 from Edwards, they will fall against us. We lose against the Pelicans next game, giving up 30 points to Ingram and 21-10 to Zion Williamson. 20 for Cobb here, 18 for Naz Reid. Both guys have not been as good recently as the start of the year. Their numbers are kind of dropping as the year goes on. 20 plus from the big three of Mobley, Garland, and Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland as we kind of get blown out here by 19 points. Cobb drops 32 on 25 shot attempts, but Naz Reid, Lonzo not shooting very well. Gary Trent, 3 for 11 off the bench, 1 for 7 behind the arc. And now we play against the Jazz, who have only notched 1 win since we last checked. Going into this game, York is ahead of John Cobb in the Rookie of the Year race. At an 82 overall, 19 years old, he has averaged 17 points per game this year, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He's got more boards, more assists, more blocks per game than Cobb does, but Cobb leads him by 3 points per game and barely leads him in steals per game. Both rookies will start in this matchup. 2 top 6 picks face off for the first time here in Mexico City, Mexico. We're back at home in the Palacio de los Deportes. Now, Cobb is over York, of course, in the overall leaderboard, but that is not for the Rookie of the Year award. But he leads there because of his points per game. And tip-off is officially underway, won by Walker Kessler. They got a starting 5 of Keontae George, Dion York, Lauri Markkanen, and Walker Kessler. And Malik Monk. First shot belongs to Markkanen, and he sinks it within the first 20 seconds of the game, tipping off 18 points per game this year for Lauri Markkanen. Meanwhile, we've got John Cobb, Naz Reid, Okoro, Lonzo, and James Wiseman out there on the court as Okoro will give us our first lead with that deep triple. Kessler hands it off. York's wide open, top of the key. His first shot is up and in. Downhill, Okoro driving, but can't lay it in. A solid defense there by Lauri Markkanen. That's Utah leading 5-3, looking to add to it. Shot clock under 5 for the Jazz. It's Malik Monk driving and scoring. Wiseman fires off the window and through for his first points. Pick and roll. Good pass inside to Kessler. Time and time again, we have seen Wiseman have some real struggles guarding pick and rolls, and that is another case of that right there. Lonzo finds Cobb on the cut. He's on the board finally. Behind the arc, it's Lauri Markkanen with the bullseye. Reed leaves it for Cobb. He crosses over, drives, and is fouled by Monk after nearly slipping by him. The front end from Cobb is going to rattle in. He's got 3. York's got 3. And for Cobb, make it 4. Top of the key, the 3 ball won't go in for Keontae George. James Wiseman pulls it down. Wiseman comes over for the screen. Cobb gets downhill, and it's going to draw another foul. This time it goes against the first overall selection, Dion York. First one, not going to drop in this time around for Cobb. Looking for the back end to drop, and it won't. So for 2. Lobbing it for Markkanen. His dunk won't fall, but York scoops it up and lays it in over Naz Reid. That's got to be going the other way next time, fellas. Good lead pass. Wiseman, one-handed flush. Working against Okoro. Size mismatch for him. Markkanen has it, but currently kept out of the paint. The shot clock's under 5. George fakes a spin, hands it off to Monk for a contested 3, and Reed comes flying in for the board. All screen set by Wiseman. Naz Reid left it short, but he was fouled by York. That's his second. Naz Reid has dropped down to only 20.6 points per game after starting the year around 27, then down to 22 last episode, and now down to 20. His production is falling as the year goes on. Taylor Hendricks with it. Handing off. Monk. Tough look. Good defense by Cobb. Backing down Hendricks. And good off the window. Aztecs in front. Handoff. Now a pass out to Markkanen. That try is no good. Downhill, good pass inside to Wiseman. Kessler right there in front. But no match for James Wiseman, a very powerful dunker. Back door, Markkanen. Now double it inside. And 3-second violation. Gary Trent, Adams, and Anderson all in there now for Mexico City as Trent has his reverse layup rejected by Walker Kessler. And now it's stolen by Anderson. Great read there on the pass. He pulls up and connects. What a play by the second-round rookie. Catch and shoots. The most open look for Malik Monk so far in this one, but still has yet to really get going here. He's 1 for 4. Anderson has space. The 3 ball is just offline. Time counting down. Trent right there in Monk's face. The shot won't go. Utah has not scored in almost 5 minutes. Going to take advantage here and continue the run. The layup attempt won't go for Reed. That was a pretty contested attempt. Mismatch inside for Kessler. Help comes. Back out. George the 3. That one is nothing but net. Reed comes up and sets the screen. Trent crosses over and slips inside beyond Monk. Lobbing it back door. That's Lauri Markkanen skying for the finish. Trying to go one-on-one against Monk, and Trent can't score this time. A bit too strong. Hendricks sets. Monk drives. Fouled by Reed. Free throws coming up. It's the first on the Aztecs. Monk, a 91% free throw shooter this season. And his first 2 attempts are perfect. Screen set for Trent. Stepping into a 3. That one also out. Monk inside. Pass is bobbled, and Adams is called for a foul. Now Utah in the bonus for the last 65 seconds of the quarter as Stewart puts Utah back on top. The free throws are split. We're going to go fast here. Green can't get it to go, and now it's going the other way. Sexton up to Hendricks. Adams called for his second straight foul. Pretty poor sequence on both ends for the Aztecs. They were again scoreless for about 5 minutes, but we still could not take advantage, and now we trail by 3. That ball was tipped. Williams knocks it out of bounds, trying to get it back. Good hustle, but it's going to be a turnover. Cody Williams with it. Inside! Oh! Steven Adams just got absolutely mobbed at the rim. Jesus Christ. Gonna have to wipe that one from the tapes. Last play of the quarter. Trent's 3 won't go in. A very cold end of the first quarter. And a 12-0 run from Utah to close the first. It's been a very slow-paced game. A lot of fouls, a lot of defense being played here. Adams going to work on a rookie, and he is going to draw the 3rd foul on York. Might not be seeing too much of him the rest of this first half. The first free throw drops in for Adams, and York will check out. Can Adams go 2 for 2? Yes, he can. Out of the corner. Sexton steps back and can't hit. High ball screen sets. Trent rifles off a triple, but so far those have not been dropping for us in this first half. Sexton to Hendricks on the cut. Adams called for his 3rd. He could be checking out here soon with those 3 fouls. First free throw up and good. Adams will stay in for now. And Hendricks 1 for 2. Trent going coast to coast with the and one. Finally, some offense from the Aztecs. The free throw will not go. Sensabaugh driving on Trent, hop stepping and hesitating to the bucket for 2. Let's get Cobb more involved here. That shot is no good. Sexton was trailing right behind him. Williams, too much off the window, and it goes the other way. Grant Williams fades and hits over Cody Williams. Good shot. Elbow screen set. George hands it off. Cody Williams, no. Cobb fakes a spin move, gets around George, but can't finish. Really good post defense by the Jazz here in this one. Sensabaugh nearly drew number 4 on Adams, but the foul was not called. That might have been one. We'll take the no call. Now looking for a bucket to tie or take the lead. It's going to be Cobb. Wide open. Finally a 3 drops in for Mexico City. They can pop. George keeps it and connects with the answer. 32-30, Aztecs burn a timeout. Cobb sets the screen. Alonzo back in. He drives, blowing by George to tie things up. Now it's Colin Sexton driving and nearly got the and one. That is the first foul against the rookie. Sexton hits the front end. And the back end is also good. All the way up to Adams. Hendricks tried to steal it but mistimed it. And we're tying again for the 3rd time in this game. George, baseline drive. Tough finish over Lonzo. Cobb flares out. Wide open triple. Nothing but nylon for the rookie. Sensabaugh just throws it up but can't respond. Lonzo fires over 2 defenders. Aztecs lead by 3. George lost it. Stolen away by Cobb. 3-on-2. Cobb pulls up. The shot won't go, but he gets it back. Out to Lonzo for three. The three is good from Keontae George. Cutting inside, it's Cobb with space. Fouled by Sexton. That's number 1 against him. Third on Utah here, about halfway through the quarter. So Cobb has now made 3 stints at the charity stripe and has gone 4 for 6. Screen set off ball. That pass, or that shot rather, is blocked by Naz Reid. Back in the game for the Aztecs. Wiseman with a rare pull-up jumper. It does not drop in. The Aztecs do lead by 5. Corner screen setting up. Sexton finds room, but unable to knock down the jump shot. Good screen set by Wiseman, leaving Naz Reid wide open for the trifecta. Catch and shoots. No good this time from Keontae George. On the cut, it's Cobb bumping in, and he was fouled by George too. Very productive first half for Cobb offensively, up to 15 points now, with still 3.5 to play. Behind the arc, Sexton has time to fire, but the shot won't go. Bit of a slump here for the Utah offense as we now lead by 11 points. The biggest lead for either team so far in this first half. And now it's a backdoor cut. Okoro reverses! And he was fouled by George. And the bonus for the rest of the first half are the Aztecs. We're trying to pull away early, but the free throw is no good from Okoro. Missed plenty of those already in this first half. As Cobb allows the end one on the other side. That's his second. Colin Sexton now at the line. The free throw will cut our lead back to 10. Oh, Cobb's wide open on the cuts. Slip it inside with the layup to go. Out to Lauri Markkanen. Another open triple, and he sinks it. Up crosses the courts. He's going to fire. And that one will give him 20 first half points. We have seen this before. A 16-point second quarter. And the offense right now is absolutely clicking. Markkanen for 2 in a row. Yes! Fast break. Anderson up and under with the scoop. The bucket will go, but Wiseman called for a foul. Downhill, pulling up. George got it to go in the mouth of Anderson. They've hit 17 shots. We have hit 22, but we lead by 9. We're just under 1 minute left to go. Good passing by Williams. Josh Green drains the open trifecta. We've got 62 first half points. We have scored 40 so far in this quarter. Impressive stuff by the offense. Up and over Josh Green. Monk's shot won't go. He's had a very cold start to this game. Now a chance to increase our lead to close the first half. Cobb driving on Kessler. Can't finish. But we lead 62-50. Probably our best scoring first half in a showcase game this season. Starts of the third quarter. Can John Cobb keep up his hot start to this one? York is out there finally after disappearing with those 3 fouls back in the first half. Will he get involved offensively for Utah? That 3 is no good from Lonzo. York sets the screen and George rises. No good. Good pump fake by Reed. He gets by Markkanen and knocks it down. That is a tough shot. George has kind of gone cold these last couple of quarters. Utah now scoreless the last 2.5 minutes of game time. But we take advantage here. Wiseman just throws it right to George. He thought he had Okoro on the cut. And now Lauri Markkanen wide open in the corner. He is going to knock it down again. Cobb's wide open. And he laces it from deep. High ball screen. Monk hands it off to Kessler once again. Getting behind Wiseman. Okoro drives. Slips by Markkanen in for 2. What a play. York gets the handoff. His pull-up is good. He's taken, I think, 2 shots that has knocked down both. He's got 5 points. He's been solid on both ends when he's been out there, but those fouls are costing him. Over York. Reed follows the shot and has it blocked by the first overall pick. Now he comes over for a screen. George picked up by Lonzo. Has to fire. No good. Reed dumped inside to Cobb. One-handed jam. Quiet day so far for Monk. He pulls up and once again is off target. Backdoor again. Cobb once again throws down the hammer. Asking this crowd to get on their feet because right now he is leading us to a 16-point lead. What a game for Cobb once again. Backdoor now, it's George breaking his cold spell. Screen comes up. Cobb leaves it for Wiseman. Fouled on the jump shot by Kessler, who looks to tie his shoelaces after putting Wiseman at the line. First one is up and good. If this keeps up, I'd have a short game on our hands here. Monk's got to open look, and he's going to knock it down finally. He's only got, like, what, 5 points? Screen sets. Lonzo into a 3. It rattles out. Space, and George buries the triple. Okoro trying to answer back. He got it. Assist goes to Cobb. All the way up ahead to Markkanen for the spinning jam. Catch and shoot. Deep 3. Cobb can't drill it. Kessler pulls down the miss. Markkanen down low with Cobb on him. Reads right there. Out to Monk. Is he getting hot? Lonzo the screen. Cobb steps back. Oh, that was close, but ball's right there to put it back in. What a play. Backdoor. Markkanen got Wiseman up in the air, but missed the layup, and Wiseman comes out with the loose ball. Off the screen. Downhill, Okoro is hacked. That's the 4th against York. It's been a very quiet game for him, all things considered. But mostly because of those fouls. Reed and Wiseman check out. Adams, Anderson, Grant Williams all come in as Okoro goes 1 for 2. Monk fires and hits again. Lonzo all the way by himself to the 10. Monk looking for another bucket, and he will get it. Lobbing it for Okoro. Left-handed finish. Great pass by Lonzo. A better finish there, though, by Okoro. Aztecs still lead by 11, but Utah is trying to keep themselves within arm's reach. Downhill, Sexton can't get it to go. Another lob. This time it's snuffed out by Bryce Sensabaugh. Up ahead, quick three. Markkanen has been electric from downtown. High screen set by Grant Williams. He cuts all the way to the basket. Lonzo with the assist. Catch and shoot. Deep three. Off the back iron for Colin Sexton. Lonzo launches and sinks it. What a shot. Clock counting down. Williams to Adams. Has to shoot. Too strong. He gets it back. And sets a screen. Okoro drives. Throws it up. Too strong. Adams. Another offensive board to keep it alive. Lonzo will try the third chance, but no points on 3 shots. But we lead after 3, 90-77. Fourth quarter begins. Jazz trailing by 13 points, trying to mount a comeback here. Their offense has to keep things going, but Sensabaugh, first shot of the quarter, will not drop in. We got Reed, Lonzo, Adams, Trent, and Green all out there. And we keep things going. Reed wants it down low. He's doubled. Out to Lonzo with space. It won't drop in. The ball is tipped, and Green puts it back in. Reed, catch and shoot. He drills it. 18-point lead for the Aztecs. Utah running out of time. We jump ahead under 5 to go in regulation. Aztecs leading by 19 points. Gonna just watch the last couple minutes of highlights here to close the showcase game here and then jump right into looking at some prospects to end the episode, folks, as Kessler throws it down. Lonzo steps back, has room, no good. Backdoor for Markkanen, too big for Okoro. He has been easily Utah's best player on the offensive end. Lonzo cuts, good lead pass by Nasrid, who picks up the assist. Screen set by Kessler. Monk will fire. That shot won't go. York pulls it down and got fouled. He seems pretty hyped about that one. Good play for the first overall pick, and the free throw rattles home. Screen setting up. Okoro wide open. Yes. Feeds it inside. Reed has a mismatch. He's doubled, but will go right at the rim instead, and he draws the foul. To make it a 20 points Aztecs lead. It's good. Second try, and Markkanen this time drills it. Pick and roll right over the top. Great feed there by Lonzo. Okoro blown by Cody Williams. And that should put this game to rest. The Aztecs put together a dominant last 3 quarters, and we take it 117-99. Great offense, great defense. That is a nice win right there. Love to see John Cobb play this well in his rookie season. A very nice win to get us back on track. John Cobb, 27 points, 9 for 19 from the field, 5 boards, 5 assists. Okoro, 20 points, Reed 17, Lonzo and Wiseman both dropped double-doubles. 13 assists for Lonzo in this game. Very, very impressed by him as Larry Marketing drops 29, Keontae George 22, but we come out on top shooting 55% from the field and 41% from downtown. 20 more points in the paint than Utah. A lot more assists, 10 more second chance points. We kill these guys on the glass, and that is a very, very nice win. Very good second quarter performance. Very impressed by Cobb in that second quarter especially. Now it is time to talk about the top ranked prospects in this next draft class. We're going to go through the first 10 on the list in the 2K draft projection, starting with the unanimous first overall pick, Frank Bauer, a 7'1" German at 18 years old, and he is 100% going first overall compared to Akeem Olajuwon, Hall of Fame ceiling, a Dino Raja starter floor. He can contribute right away, great upper body strength, good on-ball defender, no big weaknesses, and this dude has 11 badges. 11. He is pretty much a guaranteed stud right out of the gates. He's got a couple of bronze badges, but he's got one in gold with break starter for those fast break outlet passes. This guy can score inside, spread the floor, rebound, play defense. He's a great athlete, has a high IQ. This guy is the complete package. Could he be the guy that could be the Shaq to John Cobb's Kobe? That is what we have to think about, because honestly, I took a little peek at the centers in this class, and I think he is far and away the best player in this class, and by a country mile the best center in this class as well. We'll have to really think about what to do about that. After him, you've got Leonard Law, a 6'1" point guard out of Kentucky. After a couple of years in college, he has declared for the draft. A- 3-point shooting, really good, just behind the arc score. Not the best defender, but can definitely playmake with B+ playmaking. He's a good athlete. IQ does need some work. His potential rating is not the highest, but his ceiling is Deron Williams / All-Star. He gets to the rim with ease, makes the most out of his opportunities when he's there, is one of the more agile players in the draft with above average athleticism, and can definitely steal the ball, but does not play above the rim, which does hurt his offensive abilities. And it looks like he's going to go 2 after Bauer. Bauer's going to go 1. Law's going to go 2. You pretty much have a good idea of what your top 2 picks will be. He's got gold limitless range, which is a pretty big deal for a guy that is already at A- for 3-point shooting. And he seems like a pretty solid player. At number 3, you've got Will McBride, a point guard out of UVA. 6'2", is the oldest player of the top 3. Has that all-star / Kenny Anderson ceiling, or John Paxson as his floor. He knows how to help out teammates when needed. He can steal the ball just like Law can, and has a knack for knowing where his teammates are at all times. But like Law, does not play above the rim. Means he's probably not the best finisher, although, I mean, yeah, it is the weakest part of his game. Very similar offensive skill set as to Law. They're very similar players, and yeah, they're pretty much almost exactly the same. So you got 2 solid point guards here. McBride seems to have a lower shot tendency than Law does, but if we are looking for a point guard to be that kind of backcourt duo alongside Cobb, instead of going after a Shaq-esque player, then McBride or Law could be those kinds of guys. At 4, we have David Dennis, a Stephen Marbury all-star ceiling or a Steve Kerr floor. He is very good at disrupting offenses with quick hands and stealing the ball. He's aggressive at the rim, goes up strong. He's a 6'4" point guard, can also play shooting guard at 18 years old after 1 year at Baylor. Really good leaper, so just a really good athlete, but below average court vision, hurts his otherwise fair repertoire. So Solid overall offensive player. Playmaking is still high, but it might miss the open man a little bit too much. If you're looking for a guy that can really dish the ball out with efficiency, but he does have a high IQ, so who really knows for sure? I think Dennis is another solid point guard option. Seems to be kind of a guard-heavy class at the top. You've also got his brother, his twin brother, Leonard Dennis, also out of Baylor. Both guys declare after 1 year. He is more of a guard/forward combo, and he's a really good outside defender. This guy is a really good 3-level scorer as well. Good athletes. IQ is way lower than his brother David. Potential is also lower on paper. His ceiling is Bradley Beal, All-NBA, but has a lower floor at Jamal Crawford/bench. Still a good floor to have, but the bench part of that is definitely a pretty big question mark. But apparently he has some solid potential, could develop pretty well. He can hang onto the ball while attacking and make his own shot, and has some really good stealing ability, but does have that questionable IQ and court awareness. So keep an eye on him and his twin brother David Dennis in the draft. He's got 5 badges, and David, we're not really sure until we get to 100%. Prospect number 6 is Lu Wang out of mainland China. He's 6'5", mostly a shooting guard, but can also play the point. He's 20 years old. Also compared to Bradley Beal / All-Star and Terry Teagle as his bench. Kind of a lower ceiling as to Leonard Dennis, but has a solid defensive presence down low, which is kind of rare for a guard of his size. Rarely gets his shot blocked and is a very powerful finisher at the rim and is good at lower body strength, but kind of lacks that craftiness that you're kind of looking for in a guard like him. IQ not very high, solid athletes, great outside defender, poor playmaker, but is a 3-level scorer. And he has a question mark on the badges. We'll have to wait to get the full info on him. The first true forward in this draft is the 7th prospect on the board, Irving Anthony, who took 1 year away from high school, did not play in college or overseas, but now has declared after 1 year away from the game. We don't know about his gameplay badges, but he is a top 10 prospect, a Dr. Irving ceiling, which is very impressive, or Dr. J, I should say ceiling, compared to Julius Irving. Charles Davis floor, good on-ball defender, elite second jump, crafty finisher, but does miss the wide open man a little bit too often when he has the ball in his hands. So not the best passer, and is not a good low post player. And he does have some, really good inside scoring ability. 3-pointer needs some work. Playmaking not great. Defense is okay, but not the best. But he is a fantastic athlete. He's a pretty big question mark here. Prospect number 8 is the Italian power forward Fausto Mane, 6'8", 20 years old, B+ inside scoring, solid 3-point shooter, not the best playmaking skills, also a decent defender out of the gates, fantastic athlete, but kind of a low IQ. Got to get him up to 100% for sure before we reach the draft to get those badge numbers, but he is compared to Dave DeBoucher. Hopefully I'm not butchering that pronunciation, but All-NBA ceiling, bench floor, good but not great pickpocket ability, gets the job done trying to post up, and can contest and block shots at an above average level, but again has kind of below average court vision, and at least right now cannot really hit threes on a consistent basis. At number 9, we have Lewis Payton out of Purdue, a 6'8" power forward, 20 years old. He looks to be a very big project across the board. Nothing stands out besides the on-paper potential. Inside scoring is his best offensive trait as of right now, and we're going to wait for his badge numbers. But his ceiling is Tom Gugliotta / All-Star, a George Johnson bench. Apparently could be an All-Star someday, a knack for making stops every now and then, and is a solid low-post defender, but lacks offensive anticipation and is below average in low-post scoring. And at 10, we have the first center behind Frank Bauer. It's Will Morris Sr. out of Michigan State. He's 22 years old, so 4 years older than Bauer is currently, and only has a starter ceiling at Alvin Adams and a floor of bench. His overall post moves are above average. He can hold his zone down low against solid defenders, good upper body strength, but has difficulty with agility, and that is his main weakness. Yeah, low post scoring, not his best. He can actually spread the floor a little bit, but gonna have to really learn more about him and finish up his profile too. B- post defense. Rebounding is really low for somebody who's 7 foot tall, which is a pretty big concern about his ability to box players out and be strong down low on defensive rebounding. So I think I'm already kind of out on Will Morris Sr. There are a couple other centers, obviously, in the class that might be worth going in the first round. But Frank Bauer is far and away the best guy. And he's going to go first overall. And like I mentioned in pretty much the first episode of the series, and in my previous ones too, is that I don't typically trade for the first overall pick. I think it's kind of cheap. If we get a class like this where you have a player that is going to go first overall no matter what because he's that generational, you just have to hope to get lucky in the draft lottery like we did with Mac Boyd back in that Neptune series 1 year ago. That was the luckiest thing ever, and until that happens again, we probably won't be getting the first overall pick if there's a player like him at the top of these boards. But I think for now, I'm going to add Bauer to our draft board just in case that does happen. I do like Law. I do like Will McBride, so we'll add all three of those guys. David Dennis and his twin, not entirely sure, but I am going to add Leonard for sure to our board. David Dennis, again, not 100% on him, but he does have the all-star ceiling, a floor of a starter in Steve Kerr, so could be a solid player. I'll add him below his twin brother. Lou Wong, I think, is a very interesting player, but I don't want to go for another Bradley Beal kind of a guy. If I'm going to draft a guard, it's going to be a guy that can play point guard or a guy that can play at the 3 spot that is hopefully taller than Cobb, which is over 6'6", and Leonard Dennis does match that profile, so he would be that kind of defensive player that we're looking for on the outside to play alongside Cobb, who's, as of right now, not a very good outside defender. Irving Anthony is okay. He does have a higher ceiling than most players so far in this class, and is a pretty good on-ball defender as well. We still got to get his badge numbers confirmed here, but I will add him to our board as well. We will, of course, go over more players as we kind of close out this second year. We're about halfway, but usually once we get halfway and our team is bad, I usually spend probably 2 episodes to close the year out, so expect a pretty quick end to our year here shortly. Probably only 2 episodes left, maybe 3, but probably 2, which means a lot of simming coming up in these next 2 episodes to close things out. And then we'll move into our second offseason here in the franchise. That will do it here, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below on who your favorite prospect was outside of Frank Bauer. And if we do get the first overall pick, I mean, he's the guy. But if we don't, we got to look elsewhere. And it's probably not going to be a center this year. That'll do it for me, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.